What's good, everyone? I'm Red Hawk, and welcome to The Nest, the only podcast where Uncle Iroh wants us taken down. Today, I'm joined by my two roommates and guests for this podcast.
I mean, guess we live here. Or you live here.
Fair. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
No.
Would you introduce yourselves?
Hi.
My name's Yakable.
This is our roommate, the Electric Man.
I like it. I'll take it.
Thunderbird.
If he's
Sparky.
down. Sparky Boom Man. We got a heck of a discussion today. Our topics, my apologies, today are going to be over Avatar The Last Airbender, which is finally on Netflix in the US, and Pokemon, which recently got a DLC, 2 weeks ago?
I want to say that, yeah.
Let's kick it off with some Avatar first, so, our roommate, Sparky over here, can actually discuss stuff with us. So, how y'all like the show? Why are you... Sorry, Huck is being weird for some reason.
Sparky, you want to give an input on what you think about the last Avatar series?
I mean, it's probably the first time I actually watched it all the way through, even though I've watched hours and hours of it as a kid. It was a trip down memory lane. It was everything I remembered and more.
Yeah, it's like bending to the nostalgia inside your body. It's like, I haven't seen this since I was, 12 or so?
Whenever it was airing live, I don't even remember when that was.
Don't you dare think that you didn't try some of these moves. Just saying, I want to do earthbending!
Well, you still try to do your airbending.
I did a little water bending there for a second.
Yeah. But, yeah. What about you, Huck?
Like he said, it's a trip down memory lane. Enjoyed every single moment of it, whenever I could. Anytime I wanted to watch it again, I will give it another watch through some other time. Watch all the episodes.
Is that your thoughts on it?
Uh-huh.
Me? Just same as you guys, in all honesty. Yeah, I loved the show as a kid. I love it as an adult. It's definitely a show for those of you who have kids. You to definitely sit down and watch with them. It's a great show. Great morals. Every character in The Last Airbender is likable in their own weird way.
It doesn't have any bad characters.
What are you talking about? The Fire Nation was all evil.
But they were still good characters.
Yeah.
Azula.
Well, yeah.
She was a good character. Not good in nature, but a well-written, well-voiced, just good character to watch on screen.
I'll say.
Let's be real here, though. We all need an Uncle Iroh in our lives.
That's a fact.
A wise man that follows you around all day?
He's a badass.
And serves tea.
Yeah. You don't get the nickname Dragon of the West for nothing.
Speaking of tea.
There he goes. We call him Uncle Iroh sometimes as well.
He does love his tea.
My noodles are at the bottom.
By the way, if you all hear slurping noises, it's because we're eating ramen. Because ramen is the shit, and we have a place that serves... Really? He's doing that with the soda can now. Okay. But no, we have a ramen place about 30-ish, 40-ish minutes away from us.
30-ish clicks away from us.
Which, for where we live, isn't that far. That's
No.
pretty common.
Yeah. Nothing like living in the middle of nowhere, folks.
You've heard of butt-fuck Egypt. This is ass-rape Ireland.
Yeah. Well, now that we discussed how we all enjoyed the show, what kind of bender would you want to be if the ability to bend was real?
What are you looking at me for?
Well, it's probably the common, I don't know, stereotypical response, but definitely airbending. I think it's has the most utility, or well, you could argue against that, obviously, but it'd be the most enjoyable to me. I think using a glider, flying around.
You
could
get a sky bison as your pet.
That's
I mean, that's what Tins in Legend of Korra tried selling people with.
You got a sky bison.
It's true. I would love me an appa.
Big fluffy snot monster.
I don't know how I'd feed it, but I would love an appa.
I mean, there is a cornfield right next to us.
No, there's a cabbage field not too far from here.
My cabbages!
My cabbage!
Yeah, I don't think the farmers would be too happy about me having an appa eat all of their crop.
But yip, eat them all.
I mean, if they complain, you could just fly away.
Or just eat them.
Fly away back to the house that's right next to the fields where he's eating.
Hide in the house. They'll never suspect that. Me, personally, it would have to be earthbending. Powerful, strong moves. The ability to earthbend almost dang near anywhere you're ever near any form of landmass. Not to mention the utility offering upon the request of it. Just astronomically powerful as well for almost anything. Sure beats airbending.
I think you've just lost your marbles like Boomy.
I mean, for some of the shit he says to us off mic.
You know, or on mic.
Yeah, but
on mic, off mic, on mic himself.
By the way, who's Mike?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's his mic.
Who knows? Personally, for me, I gotta go with firebending.
Sure you would. Flaming Hawk.
Red Hawk, thank you. But I just like the element of fire. It has a lot of utilities, and if I could get good enough to be a lightning bender, that would be pretty sick.
It would help me warm my tea.
He wants to just be able to make ramen wherever he wants.
Don't tell him that. It's true, but don't tell him that. So how do you think you all fare in the nations that you would have chosen? Because, Dakota, I know you. You like some good meat.
Well, that's true.
Wait, he's an air nomad. He can't eat meat.
I don't know. If you're adopted into it, like a lot of the new ones in Korra, maybe.
I don't know if you can eat meat at that point, though. Can you?
I would anyway. I don't care.
There's
I'll
plenty
be a meat eating
There's plenty of bison.
Oh.
I don't think I'd eat bison.
Well, you befriend the bison, though. They
I
become
might
a
eat
lifelong
Momo.
friend.
Well, here's the thing.
But only because if he could, he'd eat me.
You befriend the bison, you mate the bison, and then you eat the children. And then you keep the process going.
You're already demonetized if you were ever demonetized to begin with.
Yeah. More than likely.
You said make a podcast. You never said whether or not it had to be good, wholesome content or not.
I mean,
That was your own downfall.
Yeah, it was. Ugh.
Me personally, I would earthbend myself a nice big farm just in the middle of Ba Sing Se.
In the middle of Ba Sing Se's the Royal Palace area, though.
In the middle of Ba Sing Se.
So you destroy an entire city for a farm.
Well, I guess he's going on to a vacation at Lake Laogai.
Yeah, no shit.
King's personal Lake Laogai vacation. There is war in Ba Sing Se. Well, yeah.
Just remember, the Dai Li were made by Avatar Kyoshi.
So she's a traitor to all.
Except they became traitors after she was dead.
Yeah.
You're a traitor after you're dead.
I mean, maybe.
Getting me mallet.
Oh no, they're getting the mallets.
Oh, I was getting a fork.
Fair enough. I thought you had a fork.
I did, but that one's flimsy and a piece of shit crap.
Fair enough.
Damn ramen place gives you an alternative of fork. They don't give you a good one though.
Me personally, I think I could survive in a Fire Nation colony.
The boiling lake.
No. Oh god, no.
Oh, that would be me right there all the way.
You sure you don't want to be a firebender?
Yeah. You could
Earthbender, but if I had to, I would go live in the boiling island.
See, now I'm considering water bending so I can make ice everywhere to cool myself off.
Yeah.
You would live either in the North or South Pole. And has anybody noticed that the waterbending tribes and the firebending tribes literally have the single least amount of landmass besides the airbending colonies? Airbending is basically gone during Avatar, The Last Airbender,
Well, even
so it doesn't count.
well, even so, though, they're air nomads. They don't stay in one place the entire time.
Then why the heck did they build the temples?
Even
Because-
nomads have a place to return to.
Yeah. They're literally Buddhist monks. They're traveling between different temples as nomads.
How small do you think the Earth would be in the whole like general area of that map
I mean, considering they could fly across the majority
of the
Of-
dunes?
in
Seeing as how
Pretty
the
sure
whole
about that.
series took place over a year,
I don't know, it's hard to say because there's at some point where it seems like they go. I'd have to like follow the actual locations of where they travel because there seems like there's some times where they get halfway across the world in a day, and then there's another time I specifically remember saying Aang saying something about still being weeks away from the Northern Water Tribe.
Right. I would say
So
that.
it kind of seems like there might be some plot holes there or something that I'm not understanding, which is very real possibility.
I think it was during like the development of the Avatar series, still finding its foothold within the community.
let's not also forget, though, they took a really weird path to get there.
We're gonna
I
go.
mean,
had-
don't forget, Zuko was like, he must be a master of deception. First we're going here, then we're going
Right.
there, and we're actually completely lost, aren't we?
I don't know. I know it's somewhere near an ocean. Gee, then we must be getting close.
So, let's talk real quick about what is considered the least enjoyable episode of Avatar. The Great Divide.
I don't know that one by name.
You'll have
It's
to-
the one where Aang is leading those two clans through that canyon area.
We're
Oh,
talking
I
about
thought that was the worst one.
It's generally accepted to be the lowest of Avatar.
not the ones where they're traveling
You
through
know,
the
I
caves.
can't immediately think of one that I find worse off the top of my head, but I didn't really think that one was that bad.
Well, there's not really much of anything on top of your head now, is there,
Ah,
Mr. Nomad?
I'm bald.
Well,
See, look.
I
Oh,
mean,
wait, you can't.
yeah.
Ha ha ha.
yeah, but it's so bad that when they were doing the Ember Island players, they literally skipped over that part for that recap. Because remember, they're flying over and go, "Hey, look, it's the Great Divide." Who cares?
Yeah, they actually did do that.
Oh, for the recap?
Yeah.
For one YouTuber's recap, though.
Not the
And there-
YouTubers. It wasn't the YouTubers.
whole
It was
show.
the actual Ember Island players episode of Avatar.
The Great Divide. Man,
Oh, you're talking
Yeah.
about the play. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of stuff that got skipped in that whole thing. No?
True, but
think a
they
bunch of-
wanted to purposely say, "Hey, we get it. No one really liked this episode as a whole."
I mean, it by far wasn't my favorite
Oh,
episode.
no.
I just didn't think there was anything particularly bad about it either.
let's put it like
It
this.
wasn't extremely memorable, that's for sure.
Let's put it like this. I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this, but I do not like the beach episodes. I want to see some action. I want to see some people bend. I want to see martial art stuff. Okay.
Hey, we see Ty Lee bend a lot in the, And I'm remembering she's actually supposed to only be like 16 or 14 as I'm saying that. Oh god.
Kirby's calling
Yep,
the police.
Yep. There goes the monetization. But
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah, I did. Did I expect the FBI to be knocking on our door any minute now.
Open up!
Ooh, rip headphone users. That went into the yellow on our charts.
I'm about to go into the yellow.
Oh, lordy. Now that we've gotten what the least favorite in the whole community roughly has been chosen is, what's your guys' favorite personal episode?
That's such a hard one. There's just so many.
It really is.
I think I'd have to look at them all one after another, just like the titles, to be able to really come close on a personal favorite.
That lemur's earthbending!
It's the girl, you idiot!
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Let's see.
Well, what's yours? You got one off the top
Yes,
of your
I
head?
do actually.
Okay.
It's one that isn't really that shocking because of how much I just enjoy the character they introduce. The episode where they first meet Boomy.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going with the Blind Bandit.
No.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like, I get it, it's like episode 4? 3 or 4?
Is it?
4. 4 or 5, actually.
Yes.
I didn't think it was that early, but
Yeah?
I don't
I thought
remember.
you were talking about Star Wars.
No.
Like how it's...
No, we'll get into Star Wars one day. That's a whole bag of worms I'm not ready to open on a podcast.
Mine's gummy worms.
See, I don't specifically... I'm having a hard time categorizing the episodes individually, but I keep thinking of scenes that go, man, that's a great scene. And then I think of another one. I'm like, well, that's a great scene.
Katara,
And
don't ride the Unagi. It's not a good idea.
That's a pretty good one.
Are you too busy fighting to not realize your ship's floating away?
No time for your proverbs, old man!
It's not a proverb.
Ah!
Maybe it should be a proverb.
Oh, maybe it should be.
I'm trying to think of my best or my favorite Zuko and Iroh moments, because honestly, I think Zuko and Iroh at the end, I want to say Zuko's my favorite character. I want to say Iroh's my favorite character. But it's hard to have one without the other.
Yeah.
You just can't split them up.
Well, I mean,
you can split up Iroh, because Iroh's great. I mean, Tales of Ba Sing Se
Right.
episode Iroh leaves from the vine.
Yeah, okay.
Falling so slow.
That
Brave
that
little
might
soldier
actually be
boy.
my favorite episode.
that singular, like...
No, the whole episode, all of it.
I mean,
Okay.
Sokka's
But especially
haiku rap
that scene.
battle was fucking great.
That was kind of funny.
That's one syllable too many. Dun, 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 dun. Oh.
Toph dumping the preppy girls in the river.
Yeah.
Gran getting smashed by the ship.
Nope, that's you too.
Fucking Zuko going on the date was actually kind of nice to see. Like,
Actual
it's
character
good to see
development.
him have a few happy moments during the Earth book.
Hey, look.
Did you watch episode 3 or book 3 recap yet?
I have not.
All right. Well, there's a series on YouTube, folks, called The Ultimate Avatar Recap. It's categorized into book 1, book 2, book 3. They're pretty darn funny.
They really are. It's real simple, but god damn, do they do some great crap.
Well, book 3 is like, I don't know, 2.5 times as long. Like the first book 1's like 6 minutes, book 2's like 6 minutes, and then book 3's like 15 minutes long.
I mean, book
So they
3 in
recapped it.
general, though, in the actual series, felt like it went on so much longer than...
Yeah, I think there was
Which
a lot
is-
more.
yeah, which
meat
isn't a
to it,
bad
lot-
thing.
Yeah, right, there's just a lot less.
It's longer in a
side
good
stuff.
way. It definitely felt longer in a good way.
It's all satire, spoof comedy. It's pretty funny though.
It's basically like watching the Ember Island players, but a lot more...
But if YouTube got a hold of
Yeah.
it. If YouTube planned it out.
Oh, dear Lord.
I mean, that's
Not
literally what
recap.
it is.
Nope,
Yeah?
we're not doing rewind Avatar style.
No.
Wait, I just realized that might be in this year's Rewind.
No, it won't.
As long as everything. Well, what else?
I'm
has YouTube?
pretty sure YouTube won't do a rewind for a while after the last two.
Yeah, if not,
But this isn't about YouTube. This is about Avatar.
We
Give Momo a gun. The series ends in like 3 episodes.
Give Momo a gun and let Appa eat people, and it's over in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yep, just fly to the Fire Lord. Done.
What is
Because
this
Momo's
thing?
kind of a badass. Let's be real here. Well, now here's a really hard part of this discussion for quite a few people. What did you think of Legend of Korra?
I actually really liked it. It obviously wasn't as good as Avatar: The Last Airbender.
By far.
There was what seemed to be, rushed writing. Not as lovable characters, but honestly,
Julie, do the thing.
I still liked a lot of the characters. Varric and Julie, Bolin.
Bolin is such an innocent child.
I know there's more, but that's
Mako and Asami. Tenzin. Let's
yeah.
not forget his badass moment in book 3 of that.
J.K. Simmons, you just can't go wrong with him.
Oh no. He is such a great actor, great voice actor, great Eminem.
Tenzin, I thought, was really well written to contrast Aang.
Oh yeah. He's definitely, I have to live in my dad's shadow and be just as good as he was.
Yeah, real stick in the mud.
Yeah. I mean, he loosens up over the series.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
especially
when he goes to get Korra in trouble for joining pro bending, and he's just there.
I can't believe I forgot Milo. My favorite, possibly my favorite character in both series overall, Milo.
Milo is pretty great. I love in book 4 when he does that self-portrait of him and then gets told, "You're not expressing yourself," and it's like he made himself basically the Fire Lord.
Yeah.
Milo is a beast and has an army of lemurs at his command.
I'll set those maggots straight.
Who is this calling at 6 in the morning? Do you know what time it is? People are trying to sleep. Milo, no.
This had better be important.
Did you touch that bear trap?
Wrong
Basically,
show.
I mean, basically, that's how he acted at that point.
My mind went somewhere else, but I'll tell you after this podcast.
I don't have kids myself, but I know any mom out there that has had a boy that's made it to 8 years old or older was dying laughing if they watched those with their kids.
Oh, yeah. What about you, Wyatt? From what you saw of Korra, what did you think of it?
To be honest with you, I don't really know what I think about it most of the time. Yes, it was the sequel to Avatar: The Last Airbender, but I kind of didn't like it for a few reasons. One, the aesthetics of the original Avatar was not there. It was more of a futuristic steampunk design.
Well, I mean, it makes sense, though, because even the Fire Nation was highly advanced when it came to science.
I know, but...
So, just work on that, throw a few of Sokka's brilliant ideas in there, and boom, you have much more equipment and stuff.
I gotta agree with Heckable. I think they jumped too far ahead, made it too...
Yeah.
They made it too real to modern day life.
The one thing I did...
It took it too far out of the Avatar universe.
Yeah, I feel like if it would have stayed a bit more in like the 1930s, which would have been a perfect time for it to jump to, just for the sheer utter fact that it followed kind of like how China's industrial boom happened and stuff, from like the 1800s still being kind of iffy with tech, and then boom.
Electricity's one thing, but when it just filled with cars and planes and
that's.
I mean,
all the tech.
Planes were a new invention in the show. Though.
Yeah, but the airships.
They were already so far advanced.
Yeah,
though. It was just
they were like World War I era.
There was way too much tech.
Yeah, I'll agree there. They did add a bit too much tech, even for my liking.
Like maybe if it was like the first car had just been invented, or there was like prototypes, but it was, every person in the show had a car.
See,
there was no point to have Naga, which you know, I love the animals.
Yeah.
They're always my
Oh,
favorite
he
parts
fucking
of the
wants
shows.
a Naga. So him saying there's no point hurts him a bit. I
It
can
does, because,
tell.
I mean,
Ah,
she was in
yes.
it here and there, but she didn't
Ah,
have
yes,
any
me.
sort of...
She didn't have
girlfriend
the
and the
Appa
10-ton
levels
dog.
of.
Not even close.
Ah, yes, me, the girlfriend, and the 1-ton dog.
Yeah.
Dog bear.
Ah, yes. That's me, my boyfriend, and his 10-ton flying bison. I'll say this. I love all the memes that have been popping up again now that everyone has much easier access to Avatar. It's
when your
it's
father
so
challenges you
great.
to an Agni Kai and you lose.
The Arthur meme with his little sister standing at the door. Toph, that sign can't stop me because I can't read.
Me personally, I did enjoy Korra. It definitely was an Avatar, but
Yeah.
I also went into it not expecting it
Yeah.
to be as good. I didn't get my hopes up too high,
yeah, like
so I was able to actually enjoy it while watching
yeah,
it.
whenever I go into a spin-off show like that, I think, okay, it's not going to hit like the previous one. It's going to try to be its own thing, more or less, and I'll try to enjoy it that way.
Yeah, but then you watch Teen Titans Go and then you steer
That
clear
is
away from
not
that.
a spin-off. That is its own thing.
We don't talk about that.
We just did. And I just
All
called
right,
him out
all
on
right.
that.
Well, we got a few minutes left for the Avatar topic. You've more or less said this already, but what's your favorite character/characters?
Legend of Korra, obviously Milo, hands down. Not even any close competitors, to be honest. Tenzin's probably
The closest for you.
yeah, closest, but even then, Milo's just
Oh, Milo is
easily my
Look to
favorite.
your left. Look to your right.
What
One of you
you-
won't be coming out of this alive.
And then Avatar.
The banjo guy.
Iroh and Zuko, not Chong. Fuck Chong. Although I do like D. Bradley Baker.
Oh,
he
So you-
made for a good episode, but that was not a character I wanted to see again.
So what you're saying is you don't like Chong, huh?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I don't like Chong. What the fuck are you doing? Get off my foot.
That's why I have my
Um,
feet pointed away from him.
Appa, obviously.
No. Well, yeah, best
Sure, the main
animal
character.
companion is Appa and Momo.
I just pictured Appa with membranes on his legs and big pointy ears. Thank you for that image. His tail's longer now. It has that like beaver tail kind of look to it.
Oppo.
Appa.
All right, but
Mopa.
Mopa.
for Avatar: The Last Airbender,
Mo Papamo.
Mo Papamo. Oh God,
Editors.
I'm the
I will-
editor.
I was gonna say editors.
We got thousands of them ready to go. Rule,
Since when?
rule 34 artists.
No, 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 no,
hang
no,
on.
no.
No, you
Go
don't
to your
know.
room.
No, you
Go
don't
to
know
your
what I'm
room.
saying.
Go to your room till the Pokemon segment.
And we don't want to know what you're saying. We want you to stop
Yes.
saying.
Fine.
God damn it.
Don't you betray Mo Papamo's memory like that.
Okay, to get back on track
With
a bit.
Pabu's colors.
That actually looks pretty cool. But
Naga's arms.
You're grounded. Go to your room.
No.
all
Wait,
right.
The back one, or the front arms, or the back legs, I guess.
Come on now. You don't make me want to choose. I want to either see a thin-legged one or a...
Hold on. 2 back legs in the front, 2 front arms in the middle, and 2 back legs in the back.
Yes. That way it's like off-centered in the middle. It's like you gotta tilt
Just
backwards
like a
or
teeter
forward.
totter.
Yes.
All right.
It's like a Goro had 6 arms.
But
and he had to
5 of the
before-
front arms and 1 of the back legs as a front arm. Nemo. Nemo Apapamo.
Nemo Papamo.
Mo Papa. Mo Papamo.
No Papamo.
All right.
Nemo Mo Papamo. I feel
Yes!
like I'm having a
Yeah.
stroke.
Yeah. Just
trying to
stop
say
before
that.
you die. But favorite Avatar character for you though, from just The Last Airbender.
I gotta go with Iroh. There's so many. It's such a close race in general. But Iroh, yeah, that's got to be Iroh.
I gotta go with Toph. Like, literally, what can't you say about Toph? Just one of the funnier
She can
characters.
see.
Hey, look, it's over there.
She could see with her feet.
Why do you do this?
That's what that's like.
It's so dark in here. I can't see. Oh no, that's so awful. Sorry.
We still.
I haven't seen you in forever.
I've never seen you.
I've never seen this man before in my life.
Okay, but from what you saw of Legend of Korra, what would your favorite character from that be?
Boy. I don't know, really. Julie, probably.
Varric and Julie are.
She's
great.
just like my battleship, a cold-hearted war machine.
There you go.
For me, when it comes to Legend of Korra, I gotta go with Bolin. He is such a good guy. He tried his hardest.
Simp.
He was not a simp.
Simp.
No. He got a girl.
Wait, are
He
you
ain't
calling
no-
him a simp or are you calling him?
If you're
Red
calling me a
Hawk?
simp, you're right. But
Can we agree on both?
no.
I mean, I'm at it. I don't got a dog in this fight.
No, we have a Naga. And not Papamo.
I wish I had a Naga and a Mo Papamo.
He would literally use Naga to make you have an allergic reaction. And I
You
would
No!
If I had a Naga, I would get rid of my bed. I
I
would just cuddle with Naga on the floor all the time.
And then have Pabu as your neck scarf.
Nah, that'd be
Momo.
too hot.
Momo could fan you.
There you go.
For
So
like
could Appa, though.
for like 6 hours at night.
Yeah, but Appa could only do it once, and you're gonna be cool for the rest of
Yeah.
your life.
Hey, you'll have
'Cause
a
I'll be
bay
dead.
window. Appa could give you a bay window with the fanning.
And he could be an alarm system, too.
Appa could give me a bay window with the fanny. Oh.
God damn it. But for my favorite Avatar character, I gotta go with Zuko. He had some of the best character development out of everyone.
He really did.
Like, I love Iroh, I love Toph.
It was easy to feel his struggle.
Yeah. Like, I even love...
Yes,
Well,
because I struggle every day to find a 116-year-old man that I've been searching for 3 generations now.
112.
Yeah.
I thought it was 160.
No.
Oh, 'cause he was 12 and it was 100 years.
Okay, 112
Nah, I
year
think
old.
the whole 100 years things has a little leeway for give or take, but
Yeah.
the age was still 100.
Roughly 112.
Doesn't really matter because regardless of how much time had passed since his birth, he was actually 12.
Yeah. But my second after Zuko, I'd have to say Sokka. Like, he also got a lot of character development that wasn't as major as Zuko, and people seem to forget that. When you think of Sokka, you think of him at the end of the series being the sarcastic, fun, honestly one of the best comic reliefs in all of television.
I think that's
See,
Momo.
I gotta argue that I don't think he had that much development, just a little bit of an attitude change. And I still like him. I think he's a great character.
That's what I mean.
but
Is like his character development was his attitude towards everything
Yeah.
changing. Because when he started, he was
just negative,
negative,
kind of a stick in the mud.
sexist.
He was always sarcastic.
Yeah,
Then he learned,
but
like,
he wasn't as sarcastic. He was sarcastic in the way of, I just want to get this mission done and go back home.
Yeah.
then he
To,
learned 3 styles
hey,
of fighting.
I'm going to use my sarcasm to make everyone happy.
Yeah. Your what hurts?
I said that, and he learned like 3 styles of actual fighting
Yeah.
combat:
Technically 4 when you think about it.
sword, Kyoshi style, boomerang, and what's the?
I mean, he
Well, the
technically...
boomerang he kind of started with.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That
that's
was like
his
the
He-
only
he-
thing he had to
He learned
begin
from
with.
the Water Tribe.
okay. Oh yeah,
he
he
learned
did
from Earth Nation.
just a little bit. Yeah,
Fire Nation swordsmanship,
yeah.
and Air Nation trickery with all the stuff when they were at the Eastern Air Temple, I want to say.
Sokka, the last comic relief.
I mean, he was one of the best comic reliefs I've seen in any show. Let's be real here.
Why are you the way that you are?
You don't even know what I'm laughing at.
Exactly. because it probably had nothing to do with the conversation we're having.
Yeah.
It's just your miswired brain took you somewhere weird, and now you're about to explain it to us. So let's have it.
I'm good. I'm good.
Your friends.
Yeah.
You
Your
live here.
friends. We all live here.
You more than often.
Alright, well. I think we covered Avatar well enough. We've all enjoyed it. We all think Legend of Korra is at least okay.
Okay.
And we all can agree Uncle Iroh is definitely top tier when it comes to characters.
Top tier waifu.
Go to your room. You're grounded.
Look, we all know it's those old lady twins that help Azula.
Yes.
I mean, don't forget the Himber Island episode.
They were hot.
So was
They
everything
were.
in the boiling lake too.
I mean, fair. But yeah, let's hop over to the Pokemon topic.
Fuck Hop.
Yeah. Well, what are your
Done.
opinions on Hop, Dakota?
Hmm.
Or I should say Sparky.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
my
just
bad.
name dropped me. Dang.
That tells us nothing, though.
Well, yeah. I
He's
don't know if I can truly express my feelings about a child and then let it be posted on the internet. So
What are you talking
I'm
about?
gonna stay quiet.
What are you talking about? You talk about me all the time.
You're not a child. You just act like one.
See?
Here's the thing, though, Dakota. Do you know about type advantages?
Do you know about critical hit ratio? Do you like jazz?
Oh, I wish I could remember it off the top of my head. It's scissors beats paper, or no, it's what is it? Rock beats scissors, scissors beats paper, and rock is beat by what is it?
Water, grass,
I don't know.
water, grass, ice, and
Oh, I know what.
The girlfriend.
Yeah,
reviews.
yeah.
I played Shield, Sword.
Sword.
I played Sword for a little bit. It was I don't know. I've never gotten sucked into Pokemon, but it was okay. I wasn't at all wowed by anything because although it was slightly better graphics, there was a lot to be desired, and it didn't really feel any different from any other Pokemon to me, honestly.
yeah. But when was the last time you actually like besides Sword? When's the last Pokemon game that you played?
Yes, I don't remember.
Good.
This is the Pokemon game that I've played the most by far.
That's fair enough.
But just from it's not something I've ever played. It's something I really haven't watched much of the show.
Yeah.
But it just didn't. As far as I could tell, there was nothing really new. I mean, you could make your guy giant and overpowered even more so than when they weren't giant. And that was
Amen.
about it.
What about you, Huck?
Fuck Hop.
Well, yes.
That was your last question. Was what do I think of Hop? And then
True. But I figured you'd transcend to your thoughts of the game in general
Well,
through it, because
Listen, the
he
rivalry.
just hates Hop that much. We hate Hop that much.
No,
But
I
once you
hate
bring-
Leon that much. I just want to watch Hop cry over the fact that he'll never be good enough to beat me, and his brother will never be good enough to beat me either, and that Leon will always beat Hop. So that way it's just a three-way triangle whenever it comes
just
to
saying,
Hop
you
trying to
make
beat
both brothers cry in that game.
me. Sweet
funny.
tears of joy.
It really is.
Although I'd still prefer to just leave Hop at home at the very beginning, so I don't
Yeah.
have to stop for 5 minutes at every map transition
I agree.
and listen to him say the same exact lines.
Wow, you know a lot about type advantage.
Mm.
Yes, because your normal type that you've had from the start doesn't get any different. Just bring in
It gets horns.
it gets fluffy.
First off, don't insult Wooloo.
I didn't say Wooloo.
You said normal type.
I didn't say normal type.
Yes, you
Yes,
did.
you did.
I didn't say.
And it was clearly about the one Pokemon he has to begin with.
I'm talking about Dubwool. I fucking hate that thing.
It looks awesome. Don't
Isn't
you
that what
insult
Wooloo
my.
transforms
Yes.
into?
Yes.
Okay, well that's the same thing.
I like Wooloo. Just Wooloo. I don't want fluffy
Wooloo.
cow.
Fair enough. That's fair because I like Sobble, and then he gets horrible after
Yeah.
that.
Angsty
and
teen.
then he gets more horrible.
What are you talking about? He turns into the TF2 sniper that's 45
He
foot
turns
tall.
into a pedo noir detective.
No,
The one thing
that's
that
X and
really
Y.
gets me about Intellion's design is his giant hands
What are you talking about?
that look like they can just cover a person's face and he can just suffocate them.
What are you talking about? That's to hold a sniper rifle.
I feel like, now that you say that, I feel like he would develop into a lizard that excretes chloroform and then grab children and women,
Oh,
take them to his apartment,
Okay.
stuff them in his basement.
I'm gonna do something real quick.
Well, if he has an apartment with a basement,
Well,
that's
like
kind
the
of
boiler
impressive.
room. Or
Wyatt, no.
No, it's not.
No videos.
It's nothing bad. I'm not gonna do
No
anything.
videos.
I'm not looking up
No-
videos. Shut up! I don't know what I'm doing yet. Just keep
Just
going.
nothing with sound,
Okay,
please.
no, it's
Because
not.
the reverb will sound awful.
No, I'm trying to learn what Intellion can learn.
But what about you, Wyatt? How did you feel about the game and its DLC?
For the most part, that I feel as though Sword and Shield took a step ahead of X and Y. Yes, the thing is almost the exact same, except like the controls are the same, the maps are different, the Pokemon are different, the layout's different. They took a general direction into the Pokemon Go series where Pokemon are running free out in the wildland areas, and you can see them in the grass and all. But other than that, I enjoyed the game thoroughly.
I mean, the wild area was cool, and it was a really it was a good idea and different compared to what they've done before to some degree, but it was just kind of empty. Other than
Well, a lot of people that I watch on YouTube, they say that they were doing that as a proof of concept, and so like all the next games will be just a wild area, big, open. You can
I'd
go.
prefer they not do it as a proof of concept in a $60 handheld
Yeah,
game.
I think we can all agree the game definitely wasn't worth $60.
I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it for what it was worth.
I enjoyed it too.
Yeah,
But
and
I
for the
feel-
people that enjoy Pokemon and weren't expecting anything big, which again, I'm not by any means a Pokemon enthusiast or expert, or I've barely played that much Pokemon. I probably have 20 or 30 hours into the game at most, and that's by far the most time I've ever put into a Pokemon game. But just, I don't know. It just seems like they're just out there for a profit.
Yeah,
They're just reselling the same old thing over and over again.
With new skin.
I mean that's more or less what Call of Duty does.
So we're not talking about Call of Duty, though.
That's
I'm
another-
I won't disagree with you on that. That's
Fair.
just not the game.
We'll talk about Call of Duty
with.
with the Star Wars segment. How's that sound?
No, that's too much salt to open up for one.
We'll talk about that's the
podcast.
perfect amount of salt.
Although to be fair, Modern Warfare and Warzone have been obviously very popular. Although there's always going to be the haters and salts
Oh,
surrounding
yeah.
Call of Duty. But I mean, I think it was I won't get into it. I didn't think it was that bad of a game, but it's still Call of Duty.
You know what? I'll be right back. Just one moment.
All right.
And we're good. We're in the clear with Intellion for a moment.
Yeah. Personally, I enjoyed the games. Do I think they were worth 60? No. Maybe 50. Personally, I love the games. I'll say that. I've always been a huge Pokemon fan. It's one of my favorite series. I can just go to it, play, relax, steal money from children who I've beaten the crap out of their pets of with my pets who are stronger. It's a jolly good time for all. And then there's fucking PETA who doesn't like Pokemon because it's animal abuse. Have you seen any of them?
No,
Those-
I haven't. That doesn't
Oh,
surprise
they-
me. though.
They are so poorly made, trying to be all like, oh, yeah, meat is murder and whatnot, because you get so much meat in the previous Pokemon games. And by meat, I mean this is the first... Sword and Shield are the first games where you can actually go to someone in the game and be like, hey, can I purchase those Slowpoke tails to cook and eat?
There's actually Slowpoke tails
Yes.
in the game. That's awesome.
There's also sausages, a giant fried Chansey egg, which I hope they killed the Chansey in order to do for multiple reasons, because that is the worst Pokemon in all of existence and should die.
Alrighty then.
I may have some issues with that Pokemon if you can't tell.
You know, I never would have guessed.
Yeah, who know? Who would have known? But I can say we all at least got some sort of enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was. I mean, I didn't pay for it, so I'm not
Yeah.
complaining too much. But after the 30-ish hours I've put into it, I wouldn't pay more than $20 for it, to be honest with you. Then again, I've never been
Yeah.
into Pokemon. Like, you know, it's just not my game. It doesn't hold my
Yeah.
attention for very long. I was actually impressed that this one held my attention for 30 hours.
Oh yeah, it sounds
But
like you may have actually beaten the game if you put 30 hours into it.
No, I think I don't. How many temples are there? Or
There are
gyms or
7 gyms.
temples? I'm thinking of Zelda for some reason.
I mean, probably because we were talking about Zelda earlier.
I think I only beat like 3 or 4 gyms, but honestly, most of the time I put into it was just in the wild chasing every Pokemon I could because you got to catch them all. It's the name of the game, right?
I mean, not anymore, but I still do it.
All right.
I mean, fuck, there's 800 now, so 800 plus actually. I think the last count was 872.
How many Pokemon are there total?
872.
Well, like in the entire Pokedex of
Oh,
games?
In that game, before the DLC got dropped, there was 400.
Yeah.
I think they added, like, I want to say 70-ish Pokemon? I don't know. I don't have the list on me to look.
So there's 872 in the entire Pokemon universe Pokedex. Gotcha.
At least I think there's that many. I haven't actually looked at the exact number.
Right.
As long as I have one Pokemon that's my favorite in the game, I really don't care.
Yeah. And that's just it. I don't know who was in there and who was missing, but
yeah,
to start with half the Pokemon-ish, you know, give or take.
Yeah.
And then to sell a bunch of the rest as DLC.
Well, actually, you don't have to buy the DLC for the others.
Oh, really?
That's a free update.
Okay, I was going to say, that would be... That's fair. That's not as bad.
Yeah.
I mean, they still probably should have been in there from the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, 800's a lot, but, you know, every one of those is going to be somebody's favorite.
Oh, yeah. I find it funny. People made a meme of saying, where's my Maractus? Because they're like, oh yeah, they're taking out all these Pokemon, so these no-named ones, like Maractus, wouldn't be put in the game. I guess Game Freak took that seriously, and they fucking put Maractus in the game.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Like, I'm not surprised, because... To be honest, Nintendo still somewhat thinks the internet's a fad.
Nintendo is definitely out of touch with their customers.
Yeah.
At least to some degree.
Yeah, to some degree.
They've just become a cash cow.
I mean, they still make some high-quality games.
Yeah, and I mean, I can't disagree. They obviously, like, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I loved that game. I thought it was incredible.
You're probably going to buy the second one when it comes out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely I will. But I don't know. It just seems like things like Mario and Pokemon and a lot of their IPs have just become.
Well, Mario's still making quality games, though. Odyssey was well received.
Odyssey was pretty good. But, like, Mario Party. That was always one of my favorite games as a kid.
Yeah,
And I refused to buy it because I fucking despise Joy-Cons. I will not play a game that forces me to use Joy-Cons.
This does not
give me a console. Give me a living room console with a controller and let me play all my favorite games that way. I don't want this handheld crap. I know a lot of people love it, and that's fine. But I want a living room console to play my living room games.
He's trying to hold your hand.
A handheld console.
Yep. I'm not even going to acknowledge that.
Well, we'll go to our next inquiry on this now that the eagle has landed again.
The eagle landed somewhere else, too. My God.
If Pokemon were real, what kind of trainer do you think you'd be? Like, any specific types you think you'd go with? Or if you'd be like an NPC who just happens to raise a certain kind of Pokemon for something? I know you might not have much thought on this one,
Mm.
Sparky, but
I don't know. I feel like I'll have a unique thought in the fact that I am kind of detached from the games.
I mean, true.
Somewhat, anyway. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tooting my own horn, but first answer, I'm going to go with Warden from the Boiling Rock. I'm going to whip them all into shape and make me eggs and produce and whatever uses they could be used for money. No, not really.
I mean, you're not wrong
yeah.
in that aspect.
We've talked about the curry.
I wasn't talking about the curry. I was talking about
fair.
your most hated Pokemon.
That's
we've
true.
been over it.
I would farm hundreds of Chauncey's just for Chance. Just to make him hate me.
Yeah,
Just
that
to
would.
Send them in a horde to his room. He'd come home from work and there'd be 30 of them sitting on his bed.
I don't think 30 of them could fit in there.
I'd pack 30 of them in there.
I'm pretty sure one would take up this small space we have between us almost.
Yeah, they'd be stacked 3 high.
You'd be making scrambled executes.
I'd be burning down the house. And for those of you wondering, yes, that was a JoJo reference.
Burning down the house, or
yeah,
okay.
JoJo the jet plane.
Every time his propeller goes in a complete circle, it just goes. I
broke him, guys. I broke Chance.
Yeah. He's broken the Red Hawk.
Dio's face on JJ the jet plane with his nose having the propeller on it just.
Jesus Christ. All right. What about you, Wyatt? What kind of trainer would you be? I about called you a traitor.
Traitor!
I'd be a very good trader. Second off, Steel Rock type trainer. Steel Rock type are the superior dominance of the entire Pokemon world.
Earthbending Steel Rock type. Never could have seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, come on now. Steel types are one of the most badass types, and Rock types are one of the most hard types to go along against.
I know, I just have to tease you for your predictability.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But you already know what my favorite Pokemon is.
Yeah, we'll get into that later.
Is it a Goomba?
Yes. Oh God, no! We may have opened up Pandora's box with that one.
Anytime I open my mouth, it opens Pandora's box in his brain. There's just no preventing it.
I mean, fair. Okay. Personally, I think I'd be
a fire trainer.
Actually, no. I'd be like a ace trainer. I'd have a little bit of everything. I mean, I thought you were going to open up Foongus instead of Shroomish.
That looks more like a Goomba from Super Mario Brothers.
I mean, fair.
Garlic?
Garlic?
So until you see what this...
But yeah, I'd have to be like an ace trainer with a little mixture of everything. Because my 3 favorite types are fire, bug, and dark types.
Okay, forgive my noobness, but what is an ace trainer?
Ace trainer basically has a different wide variety mix of different typings.
Ace trainers are
balanced.
Yeah.
I see.
Like the world should be.
Yeah.
Fair. And honestly, I'd probably go for something like that too.
As I'm playing with my fucking tub of broth from our ramen.
You make it sound like it's our main musical instrument.
Although I think Toxel would be my main Pokemon.
There you
Fair
go.
enough.
Which one? Amp or low key?
Whichever one the baby one is that's super cute.
That's the same thing, but it has 2 different forms upon evolution. One is blue and is more of a bassist, and the other one's yellow and...
Wait, he plays guitar?
His chest is...
Not that kind of bass? Bassist?
No. I mean, technically, yes.
You bassist. That's what it evolves into.
Toxel? I don't think so.
No, the mushroom thing I showed you.
Oh. But, yeah. Well, I guess I can move us on to our next question. What is your favorite Pokemon and why?
I think I just kind of brought that up, and that's Toxel, because I have no real knowledge
Venusaur.
or depth of knowledge. I do like Venusaur. If
You-
we're going OG Pokemon, I
Oh,
gotta go
you can
Venusaur.
go with any.
Well, I'm
He'd-
kind of split here, kind of like I was in my Avatar choices. I'm not usually an indecisive person, but when it comes to picking favorite characters and that sort of thing,
He'd be
I
a
have a hard
poison
time.
trainer if we really put
Yeah.
your mind to it.
I'll poison you with farts.
Going to the bathroom.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, we choose life.
All right,
Good.
I'll pick two then: Venusaur and or Bulbasaur. I gotta go with. I like the early ones.
Yeah, the
more
first
than the
stages
evolved
are
ones.
all adorable, so I can see
Bulbasaur
why.
and Toxel.
Understandable.
And I know you're literally shaking with anticipation on this one, Huck. What is your favorite Pokemon?
Colossal. For legality.
This can be anything. This ain't just Sword and Shield.
Aggron for my number one favorite. Colossal for my number one favorite legal Pokemon as of the time. In tournament play.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I didn't understand that at first because I was gonna change my mind and go with Gandalf for my favorite Pokemon instead.
I mean, there was that old prank back in Nintendo Power that made Yoshi a Pokemon.
That would be wonderful too.
Now that's Druddigon.
So, any reason why Aggron would be your favorite? Or is your favorite, I should say?
You should know why.
I know why, but the folks at home don't.
That Beedrill's back.
That's not even Aggron.
I know, but it has to
Aggron was just on the field with that.
it relates to it immediately with it. Basically, I got a Beedrill that almost outspeeds his Blaziken.
Almost, it did.
It did outspeed his Blaziken.
And we're not talking about Beedrill, we're talking about Aggron.
I'm relating to what I just said. But anyway, Aggron, Steel, Rock type, 110 base attack, over 180 base defense, and with its ability Filtrate whenever it Mega Evolves, gets rid of a weakness of itself, plus it negates 0.5% of the damage dealt to it. Or 0.5 times the amount of damage to it with its super effectiveness. So literally, you got a tank on legs.
What about Colossal? What makes it your favorite?
Fire Rock type, good abilities. Right now it's in the Uber tier whenever it Gigantamax forms, and a solid design that makes it just look perfect for me. Massive kaiju monster, the ability just to destroy Charizard.
Unless Charizard outspeeds.
Even then, it still is able to withstand its attacks.
I mean, give it a good grass type move that'll actually make its grass technique in Gigantamax good.
But that's the thing, though. It also has fire.
Okay, and most people go with the grass type move.
Grass knot. That would destroy Colossal.
Yeah.
10 foot tall and almost a ton.
Oh yeah, especially Gigantamax, and I'm pretty sure Charizard's faster.
340 feet tall and question mark for its weight.
Who would win? One little grass boy or one giant kaiju?
I think we've had this discussion, but Sunkern.
No.
Mm-hmm.
It still uses some of their stats. Yes, it does, Wyatt.
Grass knot would literally...
It makes its power based off it. It still uses stats.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a Sunkern, the worst grass type.
But here's the thing, though. Focus Sash, Sunkern, with Sunny Day, can outspeed, not Sunkern, Sunflora, can outspeed Groudon, Kyogre.
Well, we're talking about Sunkern, not Sunflora.
Okay, Sunkern can still help it, though.
It can help, but it definitely...
Depending on its weight ratio, yeah, Sunkern is one of the lightest Pokemon compared to like a Groudon, which is like the heaviest.
Yeah, but it still goes based off its stats as well.
So? How's that braviary tactic going for you against my Aggron?
I don't know. How was your team in the battle tower?
Pretty good,
No.
especially after I reworked it.
You know what? How's getting that flame orb the hard way?
How's taking care of that Beedrill?
I mean, I took it out.
You took it out, but it took you a while.
Yeah, because you kept returning it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't act like you beat me with it when it ran half the time.
Don't act like you beat Damien with that sip of hemlock either.
Oh, I beat him morally. I morally shattered him.
Yeah, I morally shattered you.
You didn't morally shatter me, though.
We can change that.
I mean, it ain't hard to do that. But let's go on to what my favorite Pokemon is. Scyther.
Scissors?
Basically.
I'm the Rock.
But literally, I like it for the most childlike innocence reason of all time.
Oh my god, I just realized.
When I was first introduced to it, Scyther was a green praying mantis with swords for hands. 5-year-old me liked 3 things: the color green, bugs, and swords. You put them together, you make my favorite thing in existence. And Pokemon did that. I never got a Scyther for the longest time in any game, though.
For the longest
Alright,
time.
so I got a question for you.
Got a possible answer.
This could decide my new favorite Pokemon by my 3 favorite things, and we're gonna go with boobs, alcohol, and guns.
Gardevoir.
Oh, Lord.
Lopunny.
Oh, you're opening up cans of worms you don't want to.
Well, you brought up the 3 favorite things making your favorite Pokemon.
I mean,
so I
fair.
had to try. I don't know very many Pokemon, or not all of them anyway.
A
I mean,
female
that's fair.
Inteleon.
No,
It's got boobs.
No.
It's got a gun.
No!
there's nothing about Inteleon that is good.
I mean, it's a pretty decent pure water type.
I could
That-
not care less about that. He's
That's-
a creep.
To be fair, you said anything, and so I gave you something.
In my opinion, though, I don't care about that, so it's
I
not
mean,
good
fair.
to me
That's fair.
subjectively.
That's fair. Well, you guys got any closing statements on the Pokemon topic?
Fuck off.
I got
Interesting.
nothing.
It's a good, enjoyable game for people. They definitely are still aiming it more towards kids, and people who get angry about that are just super childish. Let's be real here.
No.
Any closing statements about anything else we've talked about today, though?
I think I'm good for the most part.
Yeah, I don't know that I got anything to add.
Or subtract.
Or multiply, for that matter.
But we can't divide it any other way.
Indeed.
I could subtract by deleting the recording of this.
Oh, no. That's like over an hour's worth of content there.
I'll give you hours worth of content. It'll be the entire B movie in my voice
No.
while I'm on the toilet.
No.
Next to the shower.
I'm gonna
God,
stick a screwdriver. in
No.
These are going in my ear holes.
I feel that.
We got a movie.
Well, I guess that'll be it for us today. Thanks for joining us in the nest for the time being.
We don't have
Hope
a
to
Google
see you all
Nest.
next time.
We don't have a Google
Have a
Nest.
good one.